Hey everybody. Welcome to today's live stream. What's up, Nix? How you doing, man?
Hey man, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hoodie up? You hacking?
I've been hacking today, so yeah.
I
Okay.
knew it.
It's also blowing a storm outside and freezing cold, and I'm bald, so you know how it is with that. You get the bald guy draft.
I I got that. I've got like five hats around here, for the winter. Yeah, definitely. Your mic is a little bit soft. I know that your might not be close to
Okay,
the
cool.
mic or whatever, but that is totally muted. That's worse.
How about that?
That's better, I think.
Okay,
Yeah,
getting
that's
warmer. Getting
that's better.
warmer.
One, two. Hey, everybody. For those of you that are just joining us, well, we just started. Welcome. We are OSINT Curious. I'm Michael Hoffman. I also go by Web Breacher, and this is my wonderful partner in crime, Stephen Harris. Say hi, Stephen.
Hey everyone, this is kind of a new format for us, isn't it? Doing this really live stuff. So yeah, this is going to be fun. Whatever we do.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're trying to do, as I mentioned yesterday, is break out of the interview format and stuff. That's still good for our Sunday, every other week things. But man, sometimes it's just nice to get in there and start to interact with some of you all. And please, whether you're on Twitch or Periscope, whether you are on YouTube, like Word is, hello Word, or whatever, send us a message, send us a comment. We want to interact with you all. Also, on the bottom of the screen right now is our website, our username, the Discord that we use. It's the Searchlight Discord. And if you want to become a patron and sponsor us, we are more than happy to go ahead and work with you. What's up, the Deadeye? The Deadeye. Hello. So, Nix, this is your first time on this week of live streaming. I thought that we might just go ahead and start with where we started yesterday and play some Geoguessr. What do you think?
Okay, cool.
Yeah? All right.
Yeah, let's
Good,
try that.
good deal. So let's go ahead and get that up on the screen. Hang on. Oh, there we go. All right. So we've got Geoguessr now. Nix, you weren't here yesterday when I was limited by the number of places I could, or the number of things we could do. But today we've got the pro version of
Woohoo.
Geoguessr. That's right, geoguessr.com. And we are ready to tackle the world. So, Nix, I thought what we might do is go ahead and just do the daily challenge since it's a global
Okay.
thing. Is that cool? All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I was going to say that I take it if they like, is it just like a randomized daily thing? I haven't used GeoGuessr for probably a few months now, actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For you and for other people that haven't used it, GeoGuessr is a site that uses Google Maps, and essentially for the daily challenge, all we do is we say go. We get, I think it's 5 rounds. And there's 3 minutes per round. So we have 3 minutes to figure out where in the world we are. And then we click on a map, we get points, and then we revel in how poorly we did. So if you're up for it, man, I say
Yeah.
we do it. All right. So this is just a stream of consciousness. And if you are watching us live, I want you to go ahead and feel free to give a shout out if you know where these things are. Hang on, just reorienting my windows. All right, if you know where these things are, give us some hints. Here we go. Tells us where we're going to go with 3 minutes per round. Ready? Here's our first one. All right, so we have. Okay, so this is
Okay.
actually.
Could be anywhere. Like my
Yeah,
first,
could be anywhere.
always go with first reaction. Like I think either Africa or Australia, or I don't know, even maybe even some parts of the US. Keep
Okay.
going to find a landmark or a road sign or something, I guess.
So I'm leaning away from the United States because if you look here on the road, we've got a yellow line here
Okay.
and a yellow line there. I mean, it could be out west, but the trees here also would tell me that maybe I'm thinking like either Australia or, like you said, Africa.
Yeah.
Or it could be, yeah, I mean, the short trees, that tells me like, I think it would be more of a, yeah, I don't see any mountains or anything like that.
Yeah. It's really flat, isn't it?
Yeah. So, in fact, going down this
Really
road,
flat, really featureless.
there's absolutely nothing. All right. Well, we've got 2 minutes here, so let's go ahead and figure out. I guess but there are power lines. See, that's the thing.
Okay, so we
Okay,
can't be
so
too far from people if the
right,
power lines up.
and yeah, I don't know anything about power poles. Maybe you could research power poles in different countries. Hey, what's up, Cynthia? Oh, Botswana or South Africa? Okay.
Good
Let's
call.
see.
Good call.
Ooh, sectors here. Can you see the shadow of the car to see what side they drive on? Sector, I think it looks to be on the right-hand side. If this is a two-lane road, I think it is a two-lane road. So it looks to be the right-hand side, which would mean probably not
That's
South
the
Africa.
majority of countries, but it means not Australia in that case.
Ooh,
Although
and
do we know which direction the car was traveling in?
forward. Forward.
Okay.
All right, so we have something over
House.
there. Yeah, and that's all right, Adam. All right, so we have 1 minute left. Okay, so not Australia. Definitely arid. All right, I'm
I'm getting an
thinking.
African vibe from those huts.
Is South Africa right or left driving?
I want to say
Well, that's
left, but yeah, I'm going to find out. Let's do some research.
all right. You know what? Somebody said Botswana. I don't know about that. I don't know if they do it, but all right. It's left on in Zaire.
Yeah,
Okay.
left from South Africa.
It's left in South Africa.
Yeah, they're driving on the left. It's
All right, so
a lot
I
of
have.
the old UK and Botswana. They drive on the left.
We're going with Australia.
Okay.
Oh, it was Botswana. I'm sorry, Hork. I'm sorry. That was absolutely right. Sorry, I got freaked out with the time. I'm sorry. I'll listen to you. I swear. I swear. All right.
That's just a practice round.
Yeah, that was just practice. Round one. Mike is terrible. Ooh, we've got some like pine forests here.
Okay.
All right. It looks like this exact same road, doesn't it?
You
Botswana.
keep
Let's go. All right. So I think this is for snow, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
So thinking Northern Hemisphere this time. I mean,
No.
like Northern Europe, Northern Russia, Northern.
Yeah,
Canada.
something like that. Let's see if we can get some movement
Something
here.
with
But
lighting
look at the types of trees. I mean, we've got deciduous and pine. See the deciduous trees right here? They're changing colors.
Yeah.
Sweden or Finland? I'm
somebody
listening
said,
to you.
Sweden or Finland. That's not a bad shout.
LP4WIP says Vermont. You know, I could see Vermont here. I mean, you got the pine trees. We've got power lines again. A little different pole configuration. I swear, by the end of this, okay, now everybody's just messing with us. Scotland. Oh, wait, are we
We
on
do
the
the
right?
car shadow thing again. Does that work?
I can't see the camera.
No.
I can't.
I can't even see the shadow of the car.
All right, so we are literally all over the world. What are you thinking, Nix? Oh, here's a house.
Oh, I'll tell you in a minute.
Wait, there's a number on it. Okay, so 28. So English speaking.
I'm sort of leaning to
They use those numbers everywhere.
Scandinavia.
Oh wait, there's a sign.
Oh yeah. Okay.
To the sign. All right. Oh, okay.
I want to say Finland. Let's got a place.
Cocosenti? Anybody? It's not the United States. I don't think. Canada?
It is in Finland.
There you go. Finland?
Even though Google Maps is saying I can't find it. But yeah, it's in Finland. Let's find where.
Yeah, north or south? Quick. We got 1 minute.
Oh, come on.
Well, I think you said Finland first. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it had that.
So where is it?
Caucasus.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I just put that exact name to Google Maps and it doesn't find it.
All right, well, I'm just going in the middle of the country then. We got 42 seconds.
Yeah, let's go central.
Okay, here we go. Oh, 275 kilometers. Nice. Finland. Yes, Adam, we got that. Not too bad. That was a lot better when I listened to you all. All right, here we go. Let's go to the next one. For those of you just joining, welcome. We are OSINT Curious, and we are playing Geoguessr. Help us out by sending us your comments. The polls don't look like the Estonian ones. Okay. All right, well, let's take a look here. Oh, wow, we have a statue. Okay, this looks Eastern Europe. No, Restaurant.
Restaurant.
Las. Oh, so this is
Something.
South
So
America or Mexico?
yeah, it's good Spanish speaking somewhere.
What does that say? Restaurante. Okay, so that's definitely. Oh, Technisur.
Oh,
And here's. This is easy. All right, there you go. There's a.
Restaurante.
What do we got here?
Like
All
a
right, so let's
business
see where this.
name. We've had a business name or a sign. Something.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. It's La Grosserie. I don't know what that says. Here, somebody's gym.
What?
Vivian's? Vivancy? Fit gym? That's probably not going to be good. Here, Technisur. Are you allowed to like Google these things? I don't know.
I think so,
Argentina?
yeah. I don't think there's any.
All right. Phronesis 2020 says Argentina. I could see that. There's a big, I guess, saint or a Jesus thing here. Oh, wait. It says it right here. Monumento
Monumento.
a la Paz. Is that a monument of the Father? Oh, yeah. It is a little frowned upon. All right.
Oh yeah, there's about 1 million of those.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay, but it is definitely a Spanish-speaking country. All right, so we got 139 left. Okay, we won't use it. Fine. Let's see what's over here. Apunte.
Alcade Ronald Farfan.
Oh, here's a president.
Presidente.
Yeah, I still have no idea. Somebody says, okay, so Bolivia. I heard Argentina and Ecuador. We're all in the southern hemisphere. Let's see, or mostly in the southern hemisphere. So, colors are Peru. Oh, I am not good in this area of the. Wait, it said internet.
I've just searched that name. There's a lot of matches for Peru.
Peru? Okay, but you're not supposed to tell me, man. You're just supposed to include it in here. Like, oh, magically, I know this is Peru because they always use those letters. All right.
You've never been?
Right. Okay. Okay, where it says Bolivia, I'm thinking Peru and Bolivia. I'm going to hedge my bets and just go right over here. All right, let's see how good you all are. Oh, Ecuador. Who said Ecuador? Somebody said that. Up, Arnau. Yes, well done. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. Wasn't like my...
we're getting better.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We got another one. Ooh, red brick. That now red roofs. That tells me Europe, right?
Europe, straight away.
All right, and we're driving on the right-hand side of the road.
Yeah, well, everywhere in Europe is on the right.
Okay, so that kind of confirms that. Let's see if we can come up here.
France, Belgium, maybe. It's my first.
Eon.
Thought.
I don't. Wait, we're now on. Yeah, we're on the right side.
Yeah, definitely on the right.
Now we're on the left, but I think I'm going backwards. Hey, wait a second. There's a church here. Oh, there's churches everywhere in there. Yeah. Wait, there's a sign. What does that sign say? Looks more like Czech. All right, what does this say?
Pisky. I think that's either Czech or Polish, maybe.
Yeah. What do people think? Czech? All right. So, well, we also see the numbers. All right, so that we've got that sign. Let's go in the do not enter. I feel sassy today. Here we go. All right, let's look in these dumpsters.
Okay. Is there one's recycling?
Not Polish. Okay, thank you, Adam. Yeah. So maybe we're still thinking Czech.
I'll go for Czech or somewhere in that part of Europe. So that's sort of Eastern Europe.
Okay. So let's see. Oh, can't go down
that. Skoda, that's there. Well, I know you can be in any country, but they're Czech. Another Skoda.
All right, so I guess we're going in with Czech. Let's see, that's a dead end there. Okay, let's check it out. Sorry, they don't get any better. All right, so check. All right, so definitely not a big city like Prague. What are we thinking?
Somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
It looks pretty flat.
So, yeah, not a lot of trees. So maybe over here near Tabor? Like over here?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, wait, you know what? Since it could be Slovakia too, let's go down here near this.
Yeah, let's hedge our bets. We're not. Yeah. Okay.
91 kilometers, baby. Yeah. All right. Look at that. Well done, people. All right. We're getting up there. We've got 4,000 points. Other people, 20,000. But that's all right. That's all right. All right, last one. Help us out here. Here we go. Oh, there's some people. Very lush vegetation. Somebody's...
I think Southeast Asia is my gut reaction.
Okay.
Could be wrong, of course. But
Wait, what's that? Hang on.
It's like
No?
Superman on a
No,
horse.
that says Catanuala. Catanuala. See that right there?
Katandala, let's have a look.
I might say that it's somewhere else. Oh, there's a... Hang on, can we go across here? Let's look at the sign. Signs are awesome.
Katandala is in the Philippines.
You just know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so... yeah, other people are saying Philippines too. Okay. Well, that's easier then. Now, where in the Philippines? We have 2 more minutes. All right. Oh, yeah. This way to the goat farm.
The goat farm.
Huh. Okay. Central America. No, we've already established this has got to be the Philippines. All right. Let's see. Come on, people. We got this. It'll be around the turn. Around this turn, we can figure this out. All right, big jump.
Find the goat farm.
Yeah, there's a mountain in the Philippines. All right, so let's take a look at the map here. Oh, no, didn't mean to guess. Sorry. Philippines over here. I'm just thrilled. Okay, so there's a lot of Philippines over here. Yeah, which ones have mountains? Can I turn up? There's no layers. Darn it. I guess we would choose like right in the middle.
Yeah, we're going to have to hedge our bets.
Maybe near Santos City?
Crazy Smurf reckons Santos City.
Yeah, I have no idea. Where's Santos City? Oh, Santos is down here. So there are some forests over here. I don't know. I mean, but it could be anywhere up here too. All right, I'm going right in the middle, people. All right, let's go over here where the wood area is. South of Manila. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and guess this. Congratulations! I received a new badge. That's great, but I want to see what the... All right. Okay, so we weren't too far off. It was on one of the other islands. Oh, well.
Not bad.
All right, let's check our summary. 14,000. We got to practice.
The score was what? 20,
what's that?
000?
Yeah, there were some people that got 25,000. I do not see how you could get 25,000 on these things. Like, look at all these people got 25,000. They were like, here, 1 meter off. See, now that's got to be cheating. 61 meters off. There's no way that can be. And across all of these. Yeah, they have to Google it or something like that. Because, across all 5 of these, getting 0 meters off. How? How? Oh, lots of cheaters in the Daily League. Okay. All right.
I wonder, it's just using the Google Street View API, isn't it? I wonder if there's a way to see the full request it makes and what the coordinates are.
That brings up something interesting.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting thing. Yesterday we talked a little bit about web developer tools, and I hope I'm not violating the terms of service here or anything, but I saw an interesting feature of Geoguessr. And I figured, what a great way to tie in yesterday's content with today. Let me just share this back up here and show you. So one of the things I noticed, and feel free, our name here is OSINT Curious. If you want to become our friends, you can become our friend on here. I clicked the friends button, and what I noticed is that when I type a list of people, I got curious. So like John, and it gives me a pick list of Johns, which means that in the background, my browser has sent data to Geoguessr and has returned data. And I thought, let's see if we can see this. So let's pull up what we talked about yesterday with using the web developer tools and see if we can do that. The way to do this, I'm just going to go ahead and bring up the web developer tools and more tools and developer tools. I'm using Google Chrome. Firefox has a little different way. Now, I know that that communication behind the scenes is done by an XHR. It's an XML HTTP request, and it's something that JavaScript does to make things easier in our browser. So I'm going to go ahead in the network tab, and you can follow along. This is nothing magical here. Follow along with network XHR. Now watch this. As I type characters here, like let's say Steven, when I stop, look at this. It, without me doing anything, it sent this and it gave a response that's 2.7 kilobytes in size. All right, let's see what that is. So we're going to just copy this out, copy the link address, open a new tab. I'm just going to paste that exact thing in. Now, the first thing you see is that we are using the Geoguessr API version 3. So there's probably documentation, and here we have page 0. We're starting at the first page, and we're getting 11 of the results back, and they have to have the keyword of Steven. Let's see what comes back. See that? Hey, Steven, what kind of format is this? You know,
this is a JSON.
It is JSON. That's exactly right. And so what we have here is this is the content that makes up what is shown in this list. Steven Edge by David Davington. Steven Edge by David Davington. So here we have that data. Now, I'm not suggesting that you harvest this data and violate the terms of service. I'm not suggesting you hack this site or anything. What I am doing is showing you that it's pretty easy to be inquisitive and figure out, well, how are they doing that? By using simple tools that are built into the browser. So here, I wonder, so we're getting 11 of these. Let's see if I go down. Yep. So there's the 11th is Steven APK. Let's see if we can increase that to 21 or 20 or 100. Yeah, let's go with 100. So right now we are at number 124. Let's see what happens when we hit that if they pull up a lot more. Well, there goes 124. Look at that. Look at all these Stevens. So again, I'm not hacking. I'm just tampering with the parameters here to pull back more data. And you know, this is all just what would be shown in this pick list if we just went through and hit show more results. Show more results. In fact, we probably could get all of that data from this site too. Oh, look at this. We've got Nico here.
Hey.
Hey, Nico. How you
What's
doing?
up?
How's it going,
Good.
man? We're just looking at Geoguessr. We just figured out that they've got JSON there and all.
Ooh, Jason.
Yeah, JSON. So now the next step, thinking curiously, is I'm authenticated to Geoguessr in this browser. The next question would be is, can I take this content and put it in an unauthenticated browser? So if I go to Firefox, paste it in here, let's see if I can still get all of the people named, or 100 people named Steven. Aha.
No.
So
Computer says no.
the computer says no. That's right. So, and this is just something that we do. What happened to my mouse? Come on, mouse. Hang on, my mouse is dying here. Let's try turning it on and off again. No. Come on, mouse. Yeah, this works great until my mouse is dead. Or maybe the site killed my mouse. Dun, dun, dun.
Punishment.
Yeah.
So this is all part of what we do as OSINT people and as inquisitive people, is looking at how things work. Is it plugged in? Nope. Nope. Wireless. But I am going to plug it in. See what happens here. Maybe it just needed to be charged. So this is, one of the things that we don't talk about in our Sunday night, on our Sunday broadcast is how do we do things, that investigator spirit, that investigative mindset. So here, when I was in Geoguessr, I noticed something interesting when searching for a friend. When I took that and I did something else, I could now get the 100 Stevens in JSON. Now the next step is, well, how do I go ahead and do that outside of an authenticated browser? Now, going over to real world, I think, Nico, this is something that's perfect for you. You're one that always says when I do when there's a new platform up, you create a new account there. And I'm
Yeah.
imagining that one of the things you do is figure out what you can get being an authenticated user versus not,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to take a look. That's the only way, for instance, to take a look at the settings options that you have: privacy settings, security settings. What can I upload? What gets hashed or not? What values can I see or not? So yeah.
Right. So So when we're actually doing our OSINT or our OSINT research, if you will, in experimenting and checking out new platforms, creating that known good account, and then seeing, can I see it as an authenticated user? Can I gain access to that data as unauth? But also just getting in there as an authenticated user, seeing what you have access to there, and then seeing if you can also access that outside of the app. That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I noticed someone just has mentioned in the comments, like you can get the exact coordinates for each game by tweaking the URL. So that explains all these people that get 25,000 out of 25,000.
Mm.
Yeah. So you just missed it, Nico. We had some highs, some lows. We did some good things on GeoGuessr, and then I screwed it all up by guessing Australia instead of Botswana, which everybody else wanted. So I messed things up. Which
Oh, that's how OSINT works, right? You mess things up to correct them.
that's right. I have learned to go ahead and listen to Horg. I'm not sure how to say that. HORGH. I've learned to listen to that user.
Yeah.
And thank you, Baptist Robert. Here, let's just throw that on the screen here. This is the thing that we were just talking about. Thank you, Baptist Robert, for giving us that. And so I guess that one of the other questions is, explaining the get and then this, the API. Whenever you see like a get and then a path, that would be that is in the URL as opposed to a post. So cool, awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Hey, Nico, Steven. So I guess the next question is, what do you want to do? We can do anything we want. And they have to watch us. Did you have any ideas?
I'm trying to think of stuff I've been into recently. I've seen a couple of new CTFs. Where there is one that, what are they called? The University of Wales, I think. They have a cybercrime society or cyber security society who made a really good CTF last year.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find it. We could have a go at one of those. But I know they've just created another one.
The Cyber Detective CTF?
That's one, yeah.
Yeah, I just quickly Googled it. It was awesome. It's easy. 40 challenges across 3 streams. I think I need to...
Good because the original one wasn't time sensitive. You could just do it at your own pace. And yeah, it was well thought through.
Yeah, I think I need to register for that. So I can do that. Or we can do that tomorrow or whatever.
Okay.
Nico? Any ideas? Anything you want to talk about?
Yes. Let me pull it up. Did you see my tweet that I retweeted yesterday that someone made something VS Codium of GitHub?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That's kind of cool.
I think that was pretty brilliant, just because it makes it so much more digestible to look at certain Git repos and
okay.
look
Yeah,
at it from a
so
code perspective.
I can do that. You just add the 1S, right?
I'm not sure. I'm
Hang on, I got it. So if we go to here, we'll just do this. I happen to be here. I don't know why. And if you add the 1S to the end, then it changes the view to look like VS Codium. Yep.
Yeah.
So now you can see the files that make up the GitHub repo. And if you click on them, it shows you it just like VS Codium, which is absolutely fabulous. I mean, it literally looks just like VS Codium. For those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, in GitHub, which is a place where a lot of us get our, there we go. Confirm my account recovery section. Let's just, sure. That's good. Always good to have that on a live stream. So when you are looking at somebody's GitHub, One of the things that sometimes happens is you get to, like when we go to the What's My Name page, you get all of these files showing up, but then if you scroll down, you can see the contents of the README file. And, many times that will give you what you need, but many times you're more interested in looking in each one of these. But if you click on the web accounts list JSON, then you have to go backwards to get to the other ones. So just replacing the putting in between the period and the B in GitHub 1S, as in Sam, now changes the interface to look like that of the free VS Codium app. Yes, Codium. Oh, that's not Codium. VS Codium is a text editor, programming, integrated development environment. It's free. It's essentially the Microsoft VS Code without telemetry, which is always good to not have telemetry. Of course, this is not the way that we would want to interact with if we were actually trying to do pull requests or other stuff. But this is a neat way to actually view the contents of each one of these different files.
Yeah.
Neat. Cool, man. So there's a question there from Craig Mack about hacking.
Craig Mack the rapper?
I don't know if he's the rapper. I just I didn't even know there was a Craig Mack rapper.
Yeah, I'm a huge. If that is, I'm a huge fan.
Okay. All right. So the question is and Craig Mack, I'm going to go ahead and change what you said in the chat. Is parameter tampering hacking, or is it exploiting a site?
Well, that's a good question. When I was in LE, it was considered as hacking because it was not you were not supposed to do that. The web page was not intended for the user to be used and exploited in that manner. But I know that also varies per country, per region, and per.
And Stephen, you also were in LE, so what was it for you?
I would have. Obviously, we were in LE in different countries, and I would have said no, possibly. I mean, I don't know what the law is like in the Netherlands, but in the UK, the central issue is always around whether the access is authorized or unauthorized, which is kind of blurry because so if you're bypassing authentication, for example, that's clearly unauthorized. If it's there and you can find it just by making an authenticated request, is that unauthorized? It might not have been intended, but the law doesn't say unintended. It says unauthorized. It's really blurry, and I know people that work in information security and have had real problems with the legislation because it's really blurry. But
yeah, I think that that's a good line for us too. Is if you're doing a Google query and you want to get, OSINT Combine showed this, other people have shown this too. If you want to get 100 responses back, or you want to get responses from a certain region, you can just change the parameters within the Google query, and it customizes the results. You're not gaining access to data you wouldn't normally have had, or you're not gaining access to data that your browser wouldn't have had. So my thought is. And again, I'm not an international lawyer, but when we were doing this Geoguessr stuff here and looking at this content, I can gain access to that same information about query of Stephen just by, I bet you, if I just hit the F12 and I look for JSON here. Let's reload this query named Stephen, and we're going to look for a type of JSON. Here's JavaScript, and it would be, this is there. We'll just do that. I'm guessing that if I searched for Stevenage, here's query of Stephen, the response gives us, let's see. All right, so it says here to essentially load other content. So we're not like hacking and breaking into the site and grabbing extra data. We're just making the data more accessible through just looking at the queries that are being done in our browser already, and making those manually. So and you could see that when I went over to Firefox, it says you need to be logged in. I'm not doing anything to gain access to the data that I didn't have. Over here, I was logged in, so I had access to that data. So again, not a lawyer, but there is a line in your country, in your organization, that you need to think about for ethics and for legal purposes before you do some of these things.
Well, I think in some cases it's just good to consult legal. It's quite similar to the robots.txt, where a web page owner says, "Hey, you cannot index this information," which in essence means it should not be public, or they deliberately choose to not make it public, which does not mean that we are still able to pull certain subpages by visiting the robot. I think that's kind of the similar idea that you can do it. Well, it's not always if you can pull the information that you are allowed to pull the information, especially when you are in government.
Yeah. Now watch, tomorrow my account's going to be banned for terms of service violation, which could happen. It absolutely could. But I can't even pronounce your handle, but somebody says, the data that we had access to, we just choose to, we used the interface, which didn't restrict us, and we just consumed it in a way that was easier for us. And the same thing when you're doing open source intelligence, you're looking at what your browser is requesting behind the scenes. When you go to look up something in Facebook and you need to look at what's being transferred and change the URLs, it's not necessarily hacking. There are some filters in Facebook that are enabled, but you can't use Facebook's filtering system to do that. You have to use a third party's, which then accesses it. Again, check with your organization, see if you're allowed to, and check with your country to make sure that you are legally allowed to.
Yeah.
All right. So where were we? For those of you that don't know, we are OSINT Curious. We are live streaming all this week. Here's our website, here's our user handle, here's the Discord where you can find us, and here's our link to become a patron of us. You can find us on Twitch, on YouTube, and on Periscope all this week at 1800 hours UTC, and other times as well. And the other times are on our OSINT Curious website. So, what do you want to do?
Well, I have one suggestion. I think it would be interesting to throw in unfurl. I don't know if I pronounce it right. The unfurl, because I got 2 requests. I think the last 2 weeks where people say, "Hey, do you know about that tool?" Yeah, I know about it, but then basically ask me what's the use case for it from an open source intelligence perspective.
Okay, so unfurl.
It's DFIR
Yep, yeah, it's
block.
DFIR. Right,
Yeah.
I got it. All right, let's take a look at it. You want to tell them what it is? You want me to tell them what it is?
Well, I can tell what I know because that's my problem for this. My answer to those people was, well, I know what it is, I know what it does, but I do not always have a practical use case for unfurl. What I have used it to determine what kind of parts are in a URL that I can use to, for instance, use CyberChef with to quickly extract pieces of base64 code or something.
Yeah. So the idea is that when you have some social media applications or just some applications, you're going to get URLs that have a lot of stuff in them. Some of them it is encoded and double encoded or triple encoded, and some of them will pass other things. And you could manually try to just go ahead and look at this. I mean, you can see here, I'll just go ahead and put it in this text document. This URL, hang on, let's text wrapping. Okay, that didn't work at all. So here's the URL, and you can see I searched for knee pads, and there's all these percents and other stuff. Or what you can do is go to the unfurl site, which is dfir.blog, DFIR. Maybe Stephen or Nico, you can toss this into the chat. No. Oh, you can't. I can. Okay, I will be quiet and I will just do it. Yeah, but problems with the platform here. There we go. So the idea here is that you have this really long, complicated URL. You just paste it in there. And when you hit unfurl, what it does is it analyzes all the different pieces that make up that URL, and then it breaks it apart. So over here, you can see that For that big URL, we have one parameter here that's HTTPS. Well, we got that. Amazon. Okay. Here's a /s, I guess, for search. Now, what we're really interested in is probably all of these keyword value pairs. And over here, you see this is all of that content. And when it looks at it, something like RH equals N% 3A 335, blah, blah, blah. Over here, you can see that that %3A changes into a colon. So now this is easier to look at. Oh, look, there's something ASICs. And you can see that it does multiple decoding as well. Here's the QID. This QID right here has 16141 blah 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 right there, the 055626, which to me and to some other people looks like the number of seconds that has elapsed since January 1st, 1970. It's the epoch time. And when this tool looks at it, it goes, all right, let's just see if it is epoch time. This time right here, this number of seconds would be 2021 0223 at 1838, which is right now. So this tool can take those really complicated URLs, chop it up, do some automatic decoding so you don't have to.
So what I would be interested in is what happens. I just came the other day at another interesting web page called itty.bitty.site, which gives you the opportunity to build a page within a URL.
Okay, can you go ahead and throw that in our private chat? Because with the way that you say itty bitty is different than I think itty bitty, and I don't want to go to like itty bitty and it being an inappropriate thing to show here.
I'll drop it in here.
Yeah.
So
and Steven, you are slowly migrating off your camera. you're
shifting away.
Yeah, you keep moving.
So it's in the private chat.
All right.
It needs to have one E at the end.
Site. Okay.
Site, yeah.
And all right.
So what the purpose is of that page is that you can build your own little web page here. So you can do HTML, you can do whatever, and it all lives within that URL. As you can see that you're typing, the URL bar is expanding with all kinds of mumbo jumbo code.
Okay.
And you can literally send over that URL, and someone could now visit that page.
So it's like Pastebin? Like,
yes, sort of. Yeah.
But it builds. All right, so let's check it out. Unfurl it. All right, it sees the scheme, and then it has this and goes, I have no idea what that is.
Okay. That's what I wanted to know.
I mean, it looks base64 encoded, just with the slashes and the pluses and everything. But sometimes that base64 encoding doesn't have to be for text. Yeah. We could also try CyberChef. But CyberChef. All right, paste that in. We're going to just strip off this stuff. For those of you that don't know, CyberChef, we did talk about it yesterday. It is a transformation tool, extracting tool. It's free by GCHQ, and it is at gchq.github.io/CyberChef. So let's say from base64 and see what we get. Yeah, that's not really that great. So sometimes that might be binary, and sometimes it's just also encoded. So I wonder if it's like compressed. Let's see, compress BC2. Let's decompress them. Oh no, nope. Yeah, just guessing at this point. Let's pause that. Yeah, just nope. All right. So I mean, yeah, kind of interesting. And I'm guessing that it's just text.
No, you can also do pictures and markdown and all that kind of stuff. Or at least that's what they told you. I haven't read didn't have the time to read the entire manual, but.
All right. So the way that we do this is you see it's a data text object. Okay, I got that. So we're going to copy that and just put it into our other browser. Let's see what happens. And there we have it. Our browser has rendered it. Now the question is what does this look like in the page source or in the page?
I just found it was a pretty neat site to quickly send over something that's a little bit prettified and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. There it is right there. So this essentially says take and make an iframe, and then the source of the iframe is essentially whatever we passed on the URL right here. So everything after here is in that iframe, and then it goes ahead and gets rendered. Nice. Cool. That's neat. Huh. I see a lot of cybersecurity wonderful things that we could do with this. Does it do JavaScript?
I don't know.
No. Must resist.
Must resist, yes.
All right. So for OSINT purposes, the unfurl URL, you can see, makes complicated things simple by decoding URLs for you. If you throw in like a Facebook URL, it can chop out the base64, and maybe we should do that. That would be really cool. See if how it works with that. And then CyberChef is just absolutely amazing. Have you all played with like all the cool features in CyberChef?
Well, there's so much in there that I think it can take up to a year to try out everything that's in there, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I love. You know, you get that big long document, or let's say that we go to this site here, and no, not that one. Let's go to OSINT Dojo, and let's say that we had this page source. Copy all of that, and let's just go ahead and select all that and paste in the page source. Let's say that you wanted to extract all the emails. You can extract email addresses, and boom, there it is. Yeah. So, I mean, some of the things that I would do in the command line, or that we can do in Notepad++, here we're doing it just in the browser.
This is so hard. This makes me break to my analyst times where you had to copy something, carry it over on a USB to your other machine, and then drop it into Excel and then clean it up, which took like for days. Now you just do click, ready.
Yeah. Well, and one of the things that people always wonder is, well, what about the security and all? CyberChef can be downloaded. Everything that you see is happening here is happening in my browser. And I think we can even take a look at this. Let's use our developer tools to see what happens. So, you know, what we would want to do is see, does my browser make any requests off to other sites? And Nico, this was something that we were talking about yesterday without you, but I mentioned that maybe later on in the week you'd want to talk about this. Is how do we check our tools to make sure they're not stealing whatever it is that we're looking at, you know?
Yeah.
This is one easy way. You turn on the developer tools, make sure it says all. I'm going to shift reload this page. All right. And now when I paste in this, I'm looking to see, is it making any web requests?
0 requests.
No request. It didn't go off to Google. It didn't go off anywhere. Same thing over here. Let's just copy this, and I'm going to reload the page, hit the F12 button, and then let's just see if this makes any requests off. Aha. Nope. Nothing. Nope. So it's all in
your filter, Steven, is still on.
My what?
Your filter.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. It did make a request off.
Yeah.
And it made a request off to this place, Cloudflare, cloudfunctions.net. Let's go back over the other one because maybe I had the same filters on.
Yep.
Ooh. There we go. Look at this.
Oh, they're eavesdropping.
Right. I know. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to go ahead and just...
Well, that's what they do, right? Eavesdrop.
Yeah. I'll be disappointed if they didn't. Yeah.
Let's go ahead. I'm going to clear all these results and now go ahead and turn on the recording and paste in that and just see what happens. This is going to fail, but at least it'll tell me, yeah, nothing was sent off there. So I was right. Here, let's just copy this and paste it in here. There we go. It didn't find anything because that was in the page, but cool. All right. Yep. But I'm more confident that this didn't do anything, but Unfurl does. It just makes a call off. So web developer tools can reveal things to you. And ultimately, I mean, the more you practice with this, the more you question, well, what does this mean? Why is this happening? The more you'll figure out things. But also, I highly suggest you Google stuff. You know, please don't come on to Twitter, go, okay, I did the web developer tools and I got this. What does it mean? Google it. Check it out. Hey, what does it mean when I see this?
You'll probably end up on Stack Overflow.
Yeah.
Where millions and millions of people have the same question.
Absolutely. And you'll get answers too.
Yeah.
Steven, were you going to say something?
Just about Stack Overflow. Like, we worry about losing Google but that Stack Overflow would be worse. Like,
Yeah.
what would be the nightmare scenario for anyone who works in security or in OSINT
Or coding.
Yeah.
or coding?
Yeah.
I'm not the developer anymore. Stack Overflow's down.
It's always amazing that people take the effort to run into a problem, ask a question, and you'll have a bunch of people actually reading that, taking the effort to give you an answer, and over time you will get the correct answer.
Yep.
That's It's always amazing with the internet. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, and here's another thing. I mean, I'll just throw this out there. If I get that everybody starts their journey in a different spot with different experience. Before you ask a question in one of the Discords or in a Slack or whatever, before you ask an OSINT question, take 1 second and Google it. Just Google it. Just do your research and see if you can find the answer yourself. Because one, it's going to make your Google skills better. Two, if you just go ahead and throw in a question and expect other people to Google it, and you're looking to do things in the world of open source intelligence, it presents an interesting situation where it's like, well, if you don't Google what you're asking there, then you're really not valuing my time, because all I'm going to do is Google it and give you the results.
Yeah. I think it was actually my first OSINT Curious blog that I wrote that was called Clicking Shit. That's just to figure out stuff, you need to click on shit and figure out what happens. Always do that with caution, because you can get some malicious code injected. So do it in a closed or at least a safe space where you do it. But that's the way how I learned I really loved someone last week said, failing forward. That's basically what I've done the last 2 decades, failing forward.
And by you failing forward, you're bringing all of us forward with you.
Yeah, that's the goal in essence. Yeah.
We can learn what not to do from Nico.
Yeah. Well, certainly. You can certainly learn what not to do by listening to me. I can talk for days about what not to do. Don't get me started here.
Yeah, absolutely. Nix, I don't know if today's your only day on here or whether you're going to be here another day this week. I would love to, maybe have you work with us on some geolocation, or heck, even you and I can nerd out on Linux or VM config or something like that.
Yeah. I should. What day is it today? This is terrible. This is
Tuesday.
Lockdown. What day? It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday in the year of our coronavirus.
Yeah, I'll be here at least one other evening this week. So we'll. Cool. Yeah, if there's something, and if there's one topic you would like us to look at or something live demo, then just throw it in chat.
Yeah.
Or...
I mean, the whole week is us just on here talking with our crazy Smurf and Jorge. I guess it's Jorge. I'm sorry, or Jorge. That and just seeing what people want to talk about and just exploring things. I think that's one of the things that's been missing from OSINT Curious is Nico's OSINT Curious, you're OSINT Curious, I'm OSINT Curious, but we don't necessarily show that curiosity. Like, how does this all work out? How do I investigate it? That's what this week is all about, and we'll do this again other times as well.
Yep.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, and Nico, I mean, if you're on here again, I mean, not that we're done here or anything, but if you're on here again later in the week, or we can do it another time, love to just dive into some of the cool things that too, because you got a very special skill set.
Yeah,
special
I
set
can
of
fail.
skills.
Oh, I can fail forward. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, that's the other thing, is that, all of the other things that we do when I do a webcast, I'm plotting things out. I know exactly what's going to come back and all. And, I've done the sacrifices to the demo gods and stuff beforehand. But here, the idea is, if we fail,
that's
we
real
fail.
life. Real life is, normal cases when let's say you try to find a suspect of a murder case, you try. You have a hunch, you get up your standard operating procedures, and you try, and you click, and you take a step back, and you click again, and until you find, or maybe not find, what you're looking for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks, Horg. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, so like I said, we are OSINT Curious. We are doing this all week. Happy to talk with you. And if you have ideas for things that you want done, like, hey, can you do this? send it in, put it into the YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope comments, and we'll get it and we'll put it on our list of things to cover in the rest of the week. But otherwise, we're just gonna be here and talking with you and trying stuff. Yeah, thanks, Word, and thanks for your help, Word, on the Geoguessr. I swear I'm gonna listen to you and Horg a lot more in the coming days. As
That's
I get
what he always says.
That's right. You're so mean. You're so mean. Yeah. So, but yeah, and Steven, I mean, one of the things I would love to do, and Nico, I mean, you've got all this, you've got so much experience in wireless, even like ESP8266s and that kind of geeky kind of SIG-int wireless. I would love to just bring some of that into here too, and just show stuff.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
Yeah, that's absolutely cool stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can put... Go ahead.
I had an idea of whether it'd be good to do this live or not. You always get these like endless messages, like fraud messages and things like that, advertising fraudulent sites, and they pop up every day. We could take one of those apart maybe and find out a little bit about how that's put together.
Yeah. You mean the ones like, hey, here's your local bank, try and log in here? Those kind of things? Yeah. Or the Nigerian print?
Like crypto investment sites. Like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the crypto, foreign exchange, send us your money, make millions. Some of them are really good fakes and hooking a lot of people. That might be fun.
Yeah, man. So
let's find something. We'll find something.
So I'm just using a virtual machine. Steven, if you have a VM that you want to throw up and we can share that, later on in the week, or even, we can do this again in March, or whatever, and continue to share stuff out. But yeah, I would love to just, show stuff, work through things, show that investigative spirit, fail forward, and have some fun. Cool. All right, well, we're coming up at the top of the hour. Can you do anything? All right, Shuggy says, can you do anything on tracking down scammers? Yep, that sounds like a great idea, and we'll put that on the list. And, I mean, I'm not sure how far an attribution will go, but, I mean, we absolutely can look into domains, into Bitcoin wallets, into email addresses, and show some of that investigative spirit. Absolutely. Cool. All right, I will write that down. Investigate scammers. Investigate. Cool. Anything else you want to talk about?
Someone has asked about spam calls in general. That's my first thought on those. That's hard to do with OSINT stuff because of how obviously you get the number of the person, but by the time you dig into it, it's usually like a Google Voice number very often, or
it's just fraudulent caller ID. Yeah, I mean, it could also be that they faked caller ID. So when I look up whatever on my thing and I'm like, aha, I found John Doe. He's over in this part. Just they might have just used his phone number, but it'd just be a call center. Yeah. I don't think it would be more freaking. Like you mean us investigating it? Would it be freaking phone freaking? What I remember is doing things like offensively or actively with phones. What we would be doing is investigating it just from what things out there in the open source world. So, all right. Well, we are at the end of our hour here, and not that we have to stop or anything, but today I got to stop. I got another meeting or two to go to. Stephen Harris, Nico Dakins, thank you so much for being on here. Yeah.
Thank you.
And thank you to all of our listeners out there. I will throw this out there one more time. This is our website, our username that you can find us on most platforms, the Searchlight Discord where we call home, and our Patreon account there. Where you can help support us. We're slowly getting set up on the Twitter platform and other platforms if you wanted to send tips or whatever. That's cool too, but we are really out here just to share open source intelligence, cybersecurity, just our year's worth of experience with you all, and to have some fun. So hoping that today was a good time, and I hope that you'll be on here tomorrow. Yeah, thanks to everybody for helping us with the Geoguessr, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, Nick, Steven, take care, guys.
It's a pleasure. Catch you tomorrow.